Hi Miller, my name is Ellen and I'll be correcting this set of essays for you. Let's see what you wrote. Schools more entertaining. Who would imagine some decades ago that the saying all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy could be more valid than ever? Question mark. Here, evidence shows that students may become dull and uninspired without entertainment and fun in school. This essay presents scientific data on the benefits of entertaining during education and some barriers to having fun while learning. Okay, I like what you've done here. You went straight into the idea of entertainment, and in a way that's fine. However, the essay does present this idea of, excuse me, that some people think schools should only educate. They've asked you which one you agree with. So I do question whether you should have maybe even mentioned this, even just like in passing, that this is where the debate lies, okay? Um, so maybe something here like, while there are proponents of academic only education, evidence shows that students may become dull and uninspired without entertainment and fun in school. Okay, so you could have done that. Another thing is, it's not a question of no entertainment, but it's saying more entertaining. So in other words, they are entertaining, but we have to do more of this. So that's another thing I want you to think about. Okay? So lots of different things to think about. And the whole point of this that I want you to understand is that very often questions are far more nuanced than students really understand. So this for me is a question that has quite a bit of nuance. So they're asking you which of these two things you agree with. Schools should be more entertaining. What does this more mean? Well, the more means that schools already are entertaining, but there should be even more entertainment in our classrooms. And then the other point of view is no entertainment at all. Just, oops, what happened there? I don't know what that's all about. Okay. Other people are like, no, just make schools all about academics and that's it. So you have to be aware of that and you have to make sure that the focus of your essay is on these specific ideas and not something kind of related. So this essay presents the scientific data on the benefits of entertainment. I would have said entertainment, not entertaining. During education, some barriers to having fun. I'm interested in this. I don't know how relevant this is. If they ask you what those barriers are, I didn't feel like they did. So let's see how you develop that. Firstly, there is a growing core of evidence on the link between fun and success and engagement. Wait, on the link, so it's not between, it's three things. So it's among fun, comma, success, and engagement in the learning process, and even with better health. I don't know what's going on in the sentence. Let me try it one more time. Firstly, there is a growing core of evidence on the link between fun and success and engagement in the learning process, and even with better health. No, I mean, there are too many things that you're combining here. So this link that you're suggesting is not just between two things, by which between would have been fine, but you're actually suggesting a link between four things or among four things: fun, success, engagement, health. So the use of the word among is wrong for me, as well as all of these ands. So let's go back to that. Evidence on the link among fun, success, engagement in the learning process, and better health. Okay, I think for me that makes the most sense. A study in the Journal of Experimental Education found that students scored higher in their final assessment when the lecturer used humor in their lectures. Okay. In addition, a study by Stanford showed that there is less time off. No, there is less. Let's see. There is less sick time in schools, or maybe you could have said there is less absence due to illness. That would have been good as well. So yeah, there is less absence due to illness in schools when there is fun involved. 31% of students who engage in fun activities at school then go on to take no sick days in the following 3 months. And this drops down to just 16% of people if they do not take part. If they do not take part in what? I'm confused by that. 31, hang on. 31% of the students who have fun at school have no sick days. And then 16% if they don't take part in what? In the fun activities? Oh, okay. So 16% of the students have no absences. I get it. Okay, that's fine. Furthermore, in her book, neurologist Judy Willis, no, you didn't need a comma here. No comma here. So furthermore, in her book, neurologist Judy Willis showed how fun experiences increase dopamine, endorphins, and oxygen levels. These hormones are all essential for health in general and for successful learning. Therefore, there is a strong bond between people feeling and learning better and more engaged with the process when they receive strong positive emotions. Okay, fine. Let's keep going and see what you wrote here. Secondly, many people still associate education with the traditional view of sitting in a classroom and following an instructor-led lesson. After all, it is what most of us have grown up with. Educators not used to incorporating, okay? Because after used to, you would have used a noun. So if you can use a noun, then it means an ing verb. And educators are not used to incorporating fun into their training programs. Wait, what? Educators not used to incorporating fun into their training programs may fear losing control if they do so. Okay, now I get it. After all, if not done right, fun in the classroom can lead to distracted and unfocused learners. Recent research from the Ministry of Education in Colombia indicates that at least 85% of instructors report losing control over the class when they tried to incorporate fun into the classrooms for the first time. For the first time should go at the end. What is more, bringing fun into learning experiences requires creativity and innovation. This can be challenging for educators with limited resources or knowledge to design engaging and entertaining training programs. In addition, most educational systems still measure success primarily through standardized testing and achievements. As a result, some instructors may feel pressure to prioritize performance over fun and enjoyment. Okay, we're going to talk a lot about this paragraph. Let's just get to your conclusion first. In conclusion, despite the challenges of incorporating fun into education, substantial evidence supports its benefits, and it should be encouraged in every educational environment. In the future, to be a prepared and trained educational institution, to include fun processes into the curricula would be, I wouldn't say to be this is awkward. Maybe being would have been better here. In the future, being a prepared and trained educational institution to include, no, in the future, being a prepared and trained educational institution which includes a fun process into the curriculum would be a significant winning criterion for parents choosing a school over others. All right, that works a little better for me. Okay, so what I've seen here is a lot of development. I've seen a lot of really nice grammar, vocabulary. Yeah, a couple of mistakes here and there. 440 words, that's what I want to check out. So that's a lot. And so that makes me wonder, how long did it take you to write this? I felt like your paragraphs were really, really developed. Maybe too much, actually, believe it or not, there is such a thing. So you could have written less and still have been effective. So I want to ask you how long this essay took you. I think anywhere between 300 and 350 words is plenty. Okay? Any more than that, you really run a risk of, overdoing it, going overboard, maybe getting off topic. So that's something I want you to think about. Okay, then I want to go back to the question, which says, let's see, it says that there are these two viewpoints, right? And it says, which do you agree with? You said that this essay talks about the scientific data of the benefits of entertainment. That's what you told us, that this essay is just going to talk about the benefits. And in the first body paragraph, that is, in fact, what you did. However, you didn't talk about the benefits in this paragraph. Here, you basically talked about what happens in a classroom where there is no entertainment and how some of it is, good. Like, there's loss of control, there are few resources, etc., etc. So this whole paragraph, to be honest, kind of came out of left field. The reader is certainly not expecting it, especially when, just go back, the essay gives you these two perspectives and it says, which do you agree with? And you told us in your introduction which you agreed with. So this paragraph really didn't make sense in the grand scheme of your essay. You never told us you were going to talk about where there is merit in this idea of education only. You never said that in your introduction. Okay, this isn't an essay where it says discuss both views. So this paragraph felt really, really, really off topic and irrelevant. Okay, even though it was lovely in many ways. So, how do you overcome this? Well, there are a handful of things. First of all, you could have not written this. You could have written a paragraph that further supports your initial idea, which is that these entertainment programs in school are very beneficial. Okay? You could have, looked at another angle and discussed that. So that would have been a good thing to do. Another thing you could have done is you could have been not so absolute here. You were very absolute. You said that you present specific data on the benefits. Okay. Um, you didn't some barriers. Well, no. Remember, which do you agree with is what is asking you. So what you could have said is this essay presents um or maybe not this presents. This essay discusses why there are let's see. This essay discusses why entertainment is not always welcomed in the classroom and why, on the whole, the benefits of entertainment during education are beneficial or more beneficial. Okay, so this way you cover both of the topics you talked about. Then the other thing I would have done is I would have reversed your paragraphs because this is supposedly what you don't believe. This is supposedly what you do believe. So what you do believe should come second, not first. Okay, because this is called your concession paragraph. And traditionally, concession paragraphs go first. They're the weaker argument. They're the arguments you don't support, but because you are an open-minded person, you know how to argue them. Okay, so that's how I would do this. All right, let's see what you did here with the enjoyable activity with a child. It is generally claimed that reading can be a tedious activity for children and that activities truly fun should be preferred over reading for developing different skills and creativity. The only way for adults to give them, who is them, make sure you make this clear, say children, it's fine. The only way for adults to give children the ability to persevere and become skillful readers is, I would have said, by showing them that reading is a brilliant source of fun and enjoyment. Okay, this essay shows how fun activities impact children's lives and how to skyrocket their love for reading books. All right, so I struggle a little bit with this because of the coherence and cohesion aspect. Now, the reason I say that is because this introduction had 3 sentences and I didn't feel that they were closely linked together. More specifically, the first sentence did not link appropriately with the second one. So let's look at it again. Reading is a tedious activity, and activities that are fun should be preferred. Okay, and that's fine. And then you have this thing, the only way for adults to give them the ability to persevere and become skillful readers. So there's no flow here. Okay, so I really want to make sure that these sentences link together like a very tight chain. So let's try it a little differently. Maybe we can change this sentence around and say something like, reading, however, can be a brilliant source of fun and enjoyment while improving skills and creativity if properly shown by adults. Okay? So here it then becomes clear to me that you're saying, no, 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 reading is wonderful for skills and creativity. Okay? And then you could have done that, but then how about this? You say, this essay shows how fun activities impact children's lives and how Scott. So I'm really not seeing a solid link between this. I'm confused as to what you are supporting. Are you in favor of reading or are you in favor of fun activities? I'm just very confused. Okay. So fun activities impact children's lives. Okay, but impact is not clear. Impact negatively, impact positively, it's just not clear. Okay? And then you want us to skyrocket kids' love of reading. So, reading this introduction, I really have no idea what your position is. And knowing your position is very important if you aim to get at least a band 7 in task achievement. So again, I can't really correct this paragraph right now because I don't know how you're going to develop the rest of the essay, but I can tell you that this introduction leaves a lot of question marks for me. Let's keep going. Firstly, there is a growing core of evidence on the link between including fun activities and developing skills and creativity in children. A study by the Educational Commission of Mexico showed that happy students are 12% more productive. Okay. The same study indicated that having a good laugh makes students more productive and boosts accuracy. In addition, recent research by the French Ministry of Education indicates, you just said indicated here, this research indicates that 55% of children who have participated in a fun activity in the last 6 months feel more creative. Even more, some soft skills like resiliency are improved by endurable activities. A study by the Canadian government showed that encouraging a positive raising culture, I don't know what that means, that advocates fun and laughter, helps protect against stress and helps create a more resilient pupil. Therefore, it can be clearly seen that there's strong evidence linking fun activities with skills and creativity. Well, I don't know if it's strong evidence. Let's say you said developing skills and creativity. You said happy kids are more productive. You said a laugh makes them more productive. Again, look at this, more productive, more productive. Careful with this repetition. Accuracy. Where are the skills? Being more productive and boosting accuracy, those aren't skills. I'm not as far as I'm aware. And then here you talked about creativity. And then you said soft skills like resiliency are improved. Fine. And then helps protect against stress and create. Okay, so this part is fine. But I thought the first half of that paragraph was a little vague. I didn't really feel like you were talking about skills, okay, or creativity. So I really would have liked this to have been a little more focused, okay? All right. Secondly, despite all the mentioned benefit of fun activities in children's development, it should not be thought that they can replace the habit of reading. The problem appears to be the wrong behavior of parents when it comes to teaching their little ones how to read. We're going to talk a lot about this firstly and secondly. In fact, I think it also relates to the first essay you wrote too, but we'll talk about it in a minute. Recent research, I would not have put a return here and enter. No, this all should have been one block of text. Recent research by the Norwegian Book Club indicates that almost 86% of parents do not practice the tips for creating happy readers that have been demonstrated to increase children's adherence to reading by a 55%. Okay. Therefore, when reading is taught, it should incorporate healthy tips for making it fun and attractive to reading. Among them are keeping sessions short, to take turns, to let them stop when they are tired, to let them read what they want, to add variety, and to make it rewarding. Okay. After all, every child would prefer any fun activity over reading a chapter by Dostoevsky in one sit. All right, so let's talk about this. This for me felt off topic. We're talking about skills development and we're talking about creativity. This did not talk about either one of them. Okay. You're basically saying where parents go wrong. Okay. So it's not on topic. What this paragraph should have been about, since you decided to talk about reading, is how reading does, in fact, foster creativity and how it does that, and that it also fosters other skills. Okay. For example, you could have said it fosters vocabulary skills. Children who are read to or who read themselves are shown to score 42% better on vocabulary tests than children who do not read in their leisure time. Okay. So, also, as far as creativity is concerned, since children must imagine um, imaginary worlds, or worlds that they cannot see in front of them, this really boosts creativity. Studies have shown that children who read regularly have 15% higher problem solving skills than children who do not read. Okay, so these are the kinds of things you wanted to talk about in this paragraph. Okay, creativity and skills development. This for me felt really off topic. I mean, was it nice? Yeah, it was nice, but it was kind of like, yeah, well, parents, kids don't read because you guys mess it up, and so they don't get any of the skills. But you didn't talk about the skills, and that's what this was about. So this was really off topic. All in all, it is not that doing an enjoyable activity is better than reading in terms of developing the skills and creativity of young people. There is not full awareness of the relevance of making reading more enjoyable for them instead. Okay, yeah, that's clear. That's what you talked about. In the future, reading at home and schools will become an even more fun activity for children using technological developments, using artificial intelligence and augmented reality. All right, what I would have liked here is maybe not this will become, maybe it may become. You're allowing for the possibility that your prediction may not be entirely true. All right, but that was nice. I want to talk to you about this firstly and secondly here, though, because they felt really wrong. And I felt like you did this in the other essay too, although I have to look at it. You're talking about two opposite sides of the argument. One argument is for fun activities. The other one is opposite. It's in favor of reading. So having firstly and secondly feels absolutely incorrect. Firstly and secondly work when you're talking about the same side of the argument. When you're talking about opposite sides, you can either use on the one hand, on the other hand, or maybe nothing in the first one, and then you could have said something like, having said that. So these are more appropriate ways of linking your paragraphs. Okay, you want to show that there's some contrast here. So basically, Miller, I'm seeing some really lovely things in your writing. I'm seeing really good vocabulary and grammar skills, but there are some things that I want you to work on as you continue in the course. Go ahead, correct these, return them back to us corrected with your corrections. Don't forget your error correction list, and of course, your new set of essays. Do all those three together, send them all together rather, and I'll be looking forward to that next set. Good luck.